Founded in 1677 by French Huguenots, New Paltz is full of history. In order to know the town, you should know the history of the buildings that make up its foundation. Aside from the locally famous historic Huguenot Street, another cornerstone of the town is P&G's restaurant. Before P&G's became the successful restaurant that it is today, it was a casino, the Blue Crane Inn, and several other small businesses. We will be interviewing some of the staff of P&G's and discussing its rich history.
My dad has owned it for as long as I can remember. Obviously, my grandfather had it prior to that. So since a kid, I've been, running around in here. When I was old enough to work, I started, bussing tables and washing dishes. And then I went away to college. I had a little career in the golf business for a little while, and I was home kind of in between jobs, about to move to the city, and got to work kind of directly with my dad and see the managerial and ownership side of things, and I was interested in that, and that's what got me to here.
I'm from New Paltz, born and raised, and I went to the Culinary Institute, and I graduated in 1997. But after I graduated, I moved to North Carolina for 6 years, and I was down there, just worked at different places, and I decided just to come back home and went to Mohonk, and I was there for 4 years, and the job opened up, and here I am. I've been here for 11 years.
I'm a server and a hostess also, yeah. I've been working here for like 6 years, so I've been through many different positions here.
My father bought P&G's in 1969. P&G stands for Pat and George's, and Pat and George were the original owners. So he bought it from George in 1969 and ran it until 1975, and then I ended up taking over in 1981. It's been a great experience. I started here, I was in my early 20s, and New Paltz is a great town. Went to college, and P&G's has just been, my life ever since I was, a kid, basically. Because even when my father had it in the early 70s, I worked for him here. So I've known this place my whole life, and it's been the greatest.
If you go all the way back, and this is, just from the stories I've heard, I was young then, was, it was a bar first. It wasn't as much of a restaurant. And then as things evolved, the food is what's really changed it. It's now a very busy lunch and dinner place, whereas before it was a bar that had bar food. But it's a unique place, and it's hard to describe exactly what it is, because yes, it is a bar, but you can come here and you can get a dinner. There's chicken franchise on the menu, chicken parm on the menu, and they're good. And I think that's what's brought it kind of to the next level, where it's not just a late night college bar or just a place people are going to go drink and eat some chicken fingers. It's a family restaurant as well.
It's really two different businesses. The restaurant business, which during the day, we have a lunch trade, and then, an afternoon bar trade and a dinner trade. And our kitchen is very busy, and we have servers. And then there's a transition, which happens on different nights between 9 and, say, 11 o'clock, where we pick up the tables and we get ready for late night with the younger crowd. And we have music, and we're open until 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's a club bar scene at night. Come
2 o'clock in the morning, there's people dancing on tables. It's two night and day things, and it's cool that it's like that. It allows us to be busy all the time. One of the hardest things though is getting it ready to be that restaurant during the day. I mean, we're open till 4 in the morning, which is late, so we got to get a cleanup crew in here and get this place ready to go, and we're open at 11 o'clock for lunch. So it's it's two different things, but it's what makes it kind of what it is.
There's a stark contrast, definitely. Daytime is like really family friendly. I mean, once in a while the college kids come in thinking it's nighttime, but it's not. Nighttime is just like packed and fun, and everybody is dancing and going crazy. You know, if you come to P&G's at night, you're gonna have a night.
Late night, I think, you know, we're a little bit bigger and our sound system is better and our bar can accommodate more people because of the way it's laid out. So it's had a positive impact late night. And then we've added a few seats and expanded our kitchen, so our kitchen is more effective and efficient. It's working out great. We couldn't be happier.
P&G's allowed us into their kitchen for a special look into how the kitchen is run and how they prepare their food.
So before the renovation, our kitchen used to end about here. So all our kitchen was that way. So when we added these 12 feet, we were able to expand and improve our dish area. We added this salad bar unit. So this is the line. This is where all the cooking happens. On the other side, we have a 36-inch charbroiler. We have 3 fryers. We have 2 6-top ranges with a salamander and convection ovens. This side is all refrigeration. And this is our newest and biggest piece of equipment. This is a double convection oven. So this is very helpful when we're preparing like prime rib, and it's also great for catering.
Where I see expansion and growth is with catering. In our kitchen space before, we had 2 ovens. So on a busy Saturday, you know, Thursday night when we had these big caterings, we were doing it out of the same kitchen we were cooking dinner for the whole restaurant in. So we were limited to an extent with that. And the actual plan to continue on the renovation is to add more prep kitchen downstairs. That's kind of the second phase, and we're going to get going on that pretty soon. You know, and our goal long term is to be able to really offer a full service catering business. You know, whether that's off-site with delivery, or even just pickup, being able to, you know, we don't advertise our catering, it's all kind of word of mouth and what it is, but to be able to, you know, put together a real menu and be able to do, you know, we've done weddings and things like that, but it's always, you know, we don't have a package for that. You know, to be able to really create, you know, almost a sub-business of P&G's with the catering is something that I see happening in the future.
Catering aspect has grown. You know, when I first started here, there was no catering whatsoever, and now, you know, people would just call up and there was no set pricing for anything. We were just like, oh yeah, pan of chicken marsala, we just wung it and just did it and whatever. But now we have a extensive catering menu, and each year our catering thing has grown and people word of mouth goes, and it's just gotten bigger. And we're even gonna put a catering kitchen downstairs. Maybe in the summertime, we're gonna do a little more renovation. And, so that's something that's big and challenging, but it's good.
P&G's is more to New Paltz than just a restaurant. It's a cornerstone.
We call it a cornerstone of New Paltz because we don't want to be that presumptuous, you know, but it's right in the middle of downtown, and we have some continuity here with ownership and with staff that have been a real benefit to us.
I think it's because it has such a great local following. You know, yes, it's a college town, and yes, a lot of the business is from the college, but it's just a consistent local hangout. You know, as families from New Paltz come in for dinner, you know, their kids work here. You know, most of our staff here is local. Most of the people that have been here for, you know, 10, 15, 20 years grew up in New Paltz. You know, it's a place where you come in, you're gonna know people. You know, you're gonna jump around tables, have a drink with people, sit down and eat with people that you didn't plan on, you know.
It's funny working here how many people come in telling me that they went to school at SUNY New Paltz and they just remember their crazy times here, and they have all these stories, like vivid memories of being here. And I think that's what makes it the cornerstone, is like you can leave for 40, 50 years but come back and it's like still the same place. And it's still just as great, only getting better.
Just, I don't know, the sun shines brighter here than anywhere else.